Hi there, so we've got an iconic Australian winery to taste right now. It's the Darrenberg wines from, say, McLaren Vale. They're regarded as one of Australia's first families. This was something that was created a few years back, and it was designed to promote the heritage within Australian wine, because there is a lot of heritage that people sort of often forget about and just see these mass produced supermarket brands a lot of the time. Darrenberg, along with several others, became Australia's first families of wine as such, and go around the world telling the story. So how they become part of that was due to their heritage, of course, set up in 1912, and it's gone through the generations, and it's currently managed and run by a guy called Chester Osborne, who's quite a character. If you ever, I've never met the guy, but you just see pictures of him. He's this curly blonde locks and quite a eccentric dress sense sometimes. So he seems like quite a character, but he makes really super wines, all organic, all biodynamic, as very minimal intervention. Lets the wines be as natural as possible. And he's come from a very fortunate position there in the McLaren Vale, where you've got nice Mediterranean climate influenced by the coast. And the name of this particular wine, Ironstone Pressings, which is his GSM blend, Grenache, Shiraz, Mourvedre. So it's 70 Grenache, 25 Shiraz and 5% Mourvedre. This is a sort of Rhone Valley blend, if you like. And Grenache and Shiraz are the two big varieties in McLaren Vale. The Ironstone Pressings comes from the Ironstone soil as such, which is a decomposing type of granite in that McLaren Vale region, and it gets that. It has a iron oxide within the stone, which as it decomposes, which gives it that rusty brown colour, and that's where that sort of Ironstone name comes from. So this is one of his icon wines. So at the sort of the top level of what he produces, Dead Arm Shiraz would be another one. Coppermine Road Cabernet would be another one. Ironstones is his GSM, is a sort of Rhone Valley Chateauneuf-du-Pape blend, if you like. So colour wise, medium depth. It's sort of, I've seen lighter colour GSM blends certainly. Now this is 2010, so it's got a bit of age on it. It's 9 years old, or almost 10 years old at this point. Now these wines are designed to drink, 15, 20 years, no problems. There's lots of life still in this wine, and we're quite lucky to have wines of this age still around at this point as well. Normally you're on to maybe 15s and 16s and these sorts of things. So again, back to the colour, medium weight, maybe slightly fuller body. Still got quite a lot of ruby sort of colours on the rim as well, so it looks relatively young. It doesn't show its age. On the nose you get a slightly plummy fruit with a sort of spicy, soft spice, sort of bacon spice, like cinnamon notes going on. A little bit of like brown sugar almost in there as well. Sort of leathery sort of complexity in the background. That little bit of sort of cured meat, which I think the Mourvedre certainly adds that little bit of influence to. Yeah, very nice. Complex, it's got a bit of complexity certainly. It doesn't have that immediate sweetness of fruit that sometimes you associate with Australian wines. It's a slightly drier version. It's got mouth-watering acid in there as well. You get that sort of nice red fruit character, slightly leathery complexity coming through. Bit of spice in the finish. And it's a good lingering length. The tannins are still there. There's still quite a bit of grip to them, so there's still a bit of development potential, a bit of aging in this wine, certainly yet. It's a really lovely bottle of wine. I love these sort of GSM blends out of Australia, out of like the McLaren Valley, out of McLaren Vale. I think they offer a really interesting drinking experience. Really good food matches. You can sort of pair them with various things, from your red meats to your white meats to spicy dishes, etc. So lovely versatile wines, good quality GSM from Darrenberg, which is one of the first families of Australian wine, with lots of heritage. go into a lot of sort of mineral intervention, winemaking techniques, and that sort of comes through in the purity of the wines and the finish. So if you like your GSM blends, or you want to try GSM blends, certainly have a look at Darrenberg's Ironstone pressings. You'll not be disappointed. So there you go, KWNY.com, place for taste matters. Cheers.